Hi, I am Henk Vinkir, the chair of the Department of Foreign Languages and Literature at THU University, and I would like to take a moment to talk to you about our MA program in English and American Literature. I would like to tell you something briefly about our objectives, the curriculum, the faculty, and some of our special features. Now, the MA program in English and American Literature focuses on the comprehensive study of English and American literature, but also on literary criticism and cultural studies. So we welcome students who are interested in a broad range of English and American literature, but we also provide opportunities for students to pursue research in comparative studies. That means on the one hand working with Western literature and on the other hand with Chinese and perhaps Taiwanese literature. But also, because we do have an MA program in teaching English as a foreign language, we welcome students who want to work in between literary studies and language studies, and we do have some students who are currently indeed doing that. Now, in addition to these core specializations, we also train students in the conventions of scholarship, bibliographic procedures, and relevant mass media and internet resources. Now, we believe that it is important for students to be able to write well, to do substantial scholarly and critical work in a specialized field, and to make articulate presentations at symposia, conferences, workshops, and other venues of that kind. These are certainly qualities which will be very welcome in the job market when students graduate and are looking for professional opportunities in the years to come. So we believe that the THU Department of Foreign Languages provides an excellent learning environment to help students gain in-depth knowledge of English and American literature and culture and develop their research potential. Now, as for our faculty and teaching methods, firstly, we teach all our courses in English as we do in the undergraduate program. Secondly, the program faculty includes both Taiwanese and foreign professors coming from diverse backgrounds and disciplines, such as, for example, English literature, American literature, but also comparative literary studies, theater, and then also children's literature and young adult literature. In addition, then, we also have overseas scholars, for example, Fulbright scholars from the United States who sometimes teach in our program or give presentations or lectures as visiting faculty members or overseas guest scholars in the program. And finally, I would like to emphasize that we want to prepare our students for future careers related to English and American literature, but in the Taiwan and Asian context. So, for example, we have students who work as educators, so in the field of education. Obviously, we have many opportunities for our students, but also we have students who work in the creative culture industry, and then also, for example, in theatrical companies and a number of related fields. I should also like to emphasize that in addition to the Taiwanese and foreign teachers we have in the Department of Foreign Languages, we actually have people with PhDs in literary studies in other departments at THU. For example, in the English Language Center, there are several professors, full-time professors who have specializations in literary studies, who have PhDs specifically in literary studies. And then also in the International College, there is an International College at THU. There are faculty members who have backgrounds in literary studies. And then, of course, at THU we have a very good Chinese department, we have a Japanese department, we have a fine arts department, we have a master's program in creative and performing arts. And so all these departments provide further opportunities for students who wish to engage in interdisciplinary studies, to find faculty members and work with them and develop perhaps research topics and thesis topics in these fields. Now, in closing, I would like to emphasize that to some extent at THU here, our program differs from perhaps other MA programs in central Taiwan. First of all, we have, as I said, an MA program in both teaching English as a foreign language and English American literature. Some schools in central Taiwan focus specifically on literary studies. Some of them focus specifically on teaching English as a foreign language. So we provide opportunities for students who may be interested in both fields to engage in interdisciplinary work, to work in between language and literary studies. Another issue to keep in mind is that maybe some departments admit both literature students and applied linguistics students or teaching English as a foreign language students, but then those students all have to take the same required courses. So that is not the case here in our department. If you're a literature student, you have a specific curriculum which has been developed for you as a literature student. If you're teaching English as a foreign language student, we have a curriculum which is specifically focused on your needs as an applied linguistics student. Another thing then which should be emphasized is that we teach in English in the MA program as we do in the undergraduate program, whereas perhaps some other universities may have more courses which are taught in Chinese. Now do keep in mind that I am not saying these things to criticize or condemn our colleagues at other universities. In fact, we collaborate with them quite a bit, and some of us have taught part-time in MA programs at other universities. I just want to make clear the special nature of the program, perhaps some of our unique features, so that you understand the differences and understand the choices that you have as a student. Well, if you have further questions, I welcome you to contact us. My email address is hvynck@thu.edu.tw, or you may contact any of my colleagues. Our information is there on the THU FLLD homepage. You're welcome to look at it and contact us if you have any further questions. Thank you.